This presentation is intended for educational purposes only and is not the only source of information on the topics presented. The producers, company, or agency do not endorse or promote any company or product represented. If after viewing this content you have unanswered questions or concerns on any of the topics presented, it is recommended that you contact other recognized experts on the subject.
Hello, I'm Kim Marie Masajan, and I'm with Advanced CPR Solutions. We're working with you to incorporate the Elegard patient positioning system into your current cardiac arrest bundle of care. In this presentation, I'm going to show you a few of the features of the Elegard and help you learn how to operate it. The Elegard is simple, intuitive, and very easy to use. It raises the patient's head and thorax at the scientifically proven rate and level every time, while allowing you to continue the other elements of your cardiac arrest bundle of care. The Elegard is listed with the FDA as a Class 1 medical device, indicated for positioning during CPR. It should only be used when it can be safely deployed on a flat, dry surface. This means it should not be deployed in standing water or deep snow. It should not be used for very large patients. A good rule of thumb is that if the patient is too large to fit in the LUCAS, their torso will likely be too heavy to be lifted by the Elegard. And as with any device or new protocol, remember to always follow your local protocols. The Elegard is part of a comprehensive bundle of care that includes first and foremost high-quality CPR, as well as the use of the impedance threshold device. It's designed to be used with manual CPR, active compression decompression CPR, or the LUCAS chest compression system. Let me describe to you a few important elements of the Elegard. The Elegard has a head and neck support that are manually adjustable. If the patient is in a hard cervical collar or other clinical indications require it, the neck support can be removed. It's preloaded with the LUCAS backplate, so if the LUCAS is part of your cardiac arrest care, it will ease the transition to the LUCAS. And if you don't, this provides an excellent hard surface for CPR. A couple of things about the LUCAS backplate. It locks in place with two holders to help prevent migration of the LUCAS during cardiac arrest care. And after patient care, a single cable pull removes the backplate for ease of cleaning. There's a simple electronic control panel to operate the lifting sequence. The Elegard lifting mechanism is controlled by a battery. It's located on the patient's left side below the lifting handles. Placing the patient into the Elegard should take no more than 10 seconds. The wedge design fits quickly and easily under the patient with a simple 1 or 2 person lift. Appropriate placement of the Elegard is achieved when the LUCAS backplate is in proper position for initiation of the LUCAS. Once in the Elegard, the patient's neck is supported and the head cradled to maintain a good sniffing position. This makes airway management and maintenance much easier. To further aid airway management, the head can be adjusted once in the cradle. The gray handle extends the head and the red handle brings it up into one of 3 positions. The middle position works best for most patients. The Elegard should never be lifted by the airway positioning handles or the LUCAS backplate. They should only be lifted by the handles on the outside of the Elegard. Once the patient is in the Elegard, the operator uses the keypad to control the lift sequence. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, turns the power on. You should see the power indicator light illuminate. 2, starts the 2-minute timer for the period of priming in the down position. 3, starts the rise of the head and thorax. The timer will begin to flash when it reaches the 2-minute mark. There are no audible cues and the timer will continue to count up. Once you've been priming the pump with high-quality CPR in the down position for a full 2 minutes, you can press the number 3 button to begin the rise sequence. Know that the rise sequence has started if you see the rise indicator lights flashing in sequence. The full rise takes 2 minutes, so it may not be obvious to you at first. If at any point during the rise sequence you should need to stop the rise, simply hit the red stop button on the panel. Pressing the number 3 will restart the rise from the current position. If at any point during patient care you need to lower the patient's head, you can press the down button and the patient will be lowered to the down position in 6 seconds. Once the rise is complete, the rise indicator lights will no longer be lit. This blue button is the timer stop reset button. It's in the unlikely event that you want or need to stop the timer, simply press this button. Holding it for 3 seconds will reset the timer to 0. And finally, the battery button can be pressed to check the status of the battery. Generally, this will only need to be done when not in use or for troubleshooting purposes. As for troubleshooting, the Elegard is a very simple device that can have great impact for our patients when deployed properly. If the Elegard won't turn on, make sure there's a battery in the device and that the device door is shut completely. If the Elegard doesn't lift the patient's head, make sure that the patient isn't too heavy, that the power is on, and that the up button has been pressed. Rest assured that just placing the patient in the Elegard offers a slight amount of lift and some of the benefits of head-up positioning. If the Lucas seems to be migrating, make sure that the backplate is securely locked into the Elegard. After each patient use, you'll need to clean and store the Elegard. For cleaning, make sure that the Elegard is in the full up position. Clean all surfaces with an approved disinfectant as listed in the instructions for use. Then wipe down with a simple cleaner, also described in the instructions for use. Then allow it to dry before placing in its storage bag. As for storage, the Elegard should be placed in the down position with the headrest in the lowest position. Make sure that the Lucas backplate is replaced and secure, and then place in the case so that the control panel is visible. This way you can quickly and easily perform your battery checks by pressing the battery button through the case. A couple of very important things to remember as you use the Elegard. Placing the Elegard under the patient as soon as possible begins the scientifically proven benefits of elevated CPR. So getting it under the patient as soon as possible is very important to this therapy. You want to start these benefits as soon as possible. And remember, if anything interferes with high quality CPR, stop, remove that obstacle, whether it be the Lucas, the Elegard, or any other intervention, and resume high quality CPR. And most importantly, know that high quality CPR is the cornerstone of all cardiac arrest care. So ensuring that no intervention takes you off the chest for more than 10 seconds is key. And with all new skills, we need to practice, practice, practice. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please first check the quick reference guide, then consult the instructions for use. And know that Advanced CPR Solutions is happy to help at any time. Feel free to email us at any time. Thanks so much for your attention and your commitment to providing high quality CPR that will improve patient outcome.